population decline is a phenomenon that many developed countries are experiencing, and Japan is one of the countries that is facing this challenge. Japan has been experiencing a decline in its population since the 2010s, and this trend is expected to continue in the future. The population decline in Japan has significant economic impacts, which are discussed in this essay. One of the significant economic impacts of population decline in Japan is the aging of the population. As the population declines, the proportion of older people in the population increases. Japan has one of the highest proportions of older people in the world. This has led to an increase in the demand for healthcare services, including long-term care services, and a decrease in the labor force. The aging population also affects the economy in other ways, such as the decrease in demand for consumer goods and services, which reduces economic growth. Another impact of population decline is a decrease in the size of the labor force. As the population declines, the number of people who can work also decreases. This leads to a decrease in the number of people who can contribute to the economy, and a decrease in the tax revenue that the government can collect. This can lead to a decrease in government spending on public services, such as healthcare and education, and a decrease in economic growth. The decrease in the labor force can also lead to a decrease in innovation and productivity. This is because a smaller labor force means that there are fewer people available to develop new technologies and ideas, and to implement them. This can lead to a decrease in economic growth, as new technologies and ideas are critical to driving growth in the modern economy. Population decline can also lead to a decrease in housing demand. As the population declines, the demand for housing also declines. This can lead to a decrease in the price of housing, which can have both positive and negative impacts on the economy. A decrease in the price of housing can lead to increased affordability, which can help young people and families who are struggling to afford housing. However, it can also lead to a decrease in the value of property, which can have a negative impact on homeowners and the construction industry. Another impact of population decline is a decrease in the demand for consumer goods and services. As the population declines, the demand for goods and services also declines. This can lead to a decrease in economic growth, as businesses will have fewer customers to sell their products to. This can also lead to a decrease in the number of businesses operating in the country, which can lead to a decrease in competition and innovation. Finally, population decline can also lead to a decrease in social welfare. As the population declines, there are fewer people available to provide social welfare services, such as caring for the elderly and disabled. This can lead to a decrease in the quality of care provided, as well as an increase in the cost of care. This can have a negative impact on the economy, as it can lead to a decrease in the quality of life for those who need care. In conclusion, population decline in Japan has significant economic impacts. The aging of the population, decrease in the size of the labor force, decrease in innovation and productivity, decrease in housing demand, decrease in the demand for consumer goods and services, and decrease in social welfare are some of the economic impacts of population decline in Japan. These impacts can have both positive and negative effects on the economy, and it is important for the government and businesses to take action to mitigate the negative effects and to capitalize on the positive effects.